Hi everyone. Wow, it has been a hot minute since I have made a video. Life is just a bit crazy over here in the Henderson house. I am due with our fourth child here in 4 weeks. So, yeah, life's just been crazy. The spring was very busy for us. I'm a music teacher, private music teacher, so life just got insane and making videos became the extra stuff that I didn't have time for. But I wanted to get on and share, because I get lots of questions, whether it's on my Instagram, just in person, about what it's like to have a home birth and kind of what that entails, my experiences with that, and my planning for my third home birth. So I've had 2 home births, 1 cesarean in between the 2. So home birth, C-section, home birth. This is my third home birth. And I'm going to share a little bit about what it looks like to prepare our home for that, and our birth kit, home birth kit, and things like that. So thanks for tuning in to my home birth prep video. So with a home birth, first let me say, like, whether you're hospital birth, home birth, whatever, birth is birth, and it is challenging and beautiful and rewarding and just such a miracle no matter what. Now, for me personally, home birth has been a huge blessing. I love being in my space. I love not being poked and prodded constantly. I love the privacy of my home. I love just the simplicity and the slowness of a home birth and just being present. And that's just my favorite. I don't trust doctors very much, or hospitals in general. So to give a little backstory, my first son was born at home, and long labor, 28 hours. They most likely would have made me have a C-section with my oldest, but did not. He had a successful home birth. It was great. So our second son was born via C-section at 32 weeks. He was diagnosed with late-term hydrocephalus very late into his pregnancy, and my pregnancy with him, and came out of nowhere. So he actually passed away the day after he was born. So that was a C-section. And as you can imagine, that was a very traumatizing experience of a birth. Then my daughter, Aria, she was born at home, a beautiful VBAC, 16 hours of labor, but a beautiful VBAC experience, home birth. All of it was just what I could have wished for a first VBAC after a cesarean. And so this is my third home birth. We are expecting another girl, so she is due in 4 weeks here. And like any home birth, it's very simple, right? So I have my midwife. She usually brings her nurse with her. My midwife is a certified nurse midwife. There's certified practicing midwives. I've had both. So this midwife who's delivering this baby is the same midwife who delivered my oldest son. And then I had a different midwife for my daughter, who was a certified practicing midwife, just different ways they're trained. And so I'm back with the same midwife that delivered my oldest son. So with that comes the birth kit and everything. And so I'm not gonna pull everything out of here because everything is packaged so nicely, and it's just all sanitary and packaged and in sealed containers and all those things. But within a birth kit, most midwives, if you're having a home birth, they usually work with companies that they can put in whatever is needed in the kit. You just order the kit and everything shows up. And so the midwives have everything they need when they get here. So this in here comes like gauze pads, Chuck's pads, paper measuring, olive oils in here, cord clamp, cord ring, all of these things, gloves, you know, all the things you need for a birth. So that's all within this kit. And so we had to have that ordered. And as you can see, some things are already prepped in here. Our air purifier moves around the house. So that's our air doctor. But so we have already our bassinet, even though we co-sleep. This is, you know, just for preparation. We've got all our newborn diapers, swaddle blankets, burp rags, because I have burpy babies. And then, because we have a small 2-bedroom house, we have underbed storage, which is glorious. And that's where the baby clothes are at here, which is all within our room. So how do we prep for a home birth? Well, it's pretty simple. It's very laid back and relaxed. And I think there's a lot within our society. There's so much fear that's put around birth. When birth, really, if you're preparing your body and mind, especially, because birth is so much more mental than I think most women realize it is. So, you know, I've had 2 unmedicated births, and I kid you not, like they're just so empowering. And my husband always tells me that I'm the silent laborer. So everything is very like internal, which you think I would be a very vocal laborer because I'm a very extroverted, loud person. But I'm very internal when I labor, have a very high pain tolerance. And so, which is probably helpful because I have very long labors. I'm a slow dilator, guys. I'm a slow dilator. So anyways, my midwife has a list of things that we have to have ready, which we do, because basically everything on this list is stuff that you probably already have in your home. I'll just go through those real quick. And that's just how simple home birth is. You know, hospitals make it so complicated. They make birth so complicated that even like watching videos online, it's like, you need to have this in your birth bag. It's like, wow, so much stuff. You don't need all that stuff. So let's go through this list. 6 large clean bath towels and washcloths. Okay, easy enough. 2 sets of clean sheets. Again, easy enough. Plastic cover for your sheets, because basically all you do is, so we take our bedding, our like comforter, or quilt, or whatever off, and we have new sheets underneath, and we just do a plastic drop cloth. Like, so we have a new set of sheets, like a brand new set of sheets we'll put on. And then we put this over the new sheets. And then we put on an old pair of sheets that are clean, obviously. And that's what I would give birth on if I end up on the bed. That's just how it works, right? You give birth wherever you give birth. I was standing up with my daughter when I gave birth, so I didn't even make it to the bed. And then basically everything gets collected and then thrown away, right? So it's super easy. So you have your plastic drop cloth. That's like the only thing we had to buy on this list. Kitchen garbage bags, okay? A large bowl, heating pad, feminine pads, you know, like the things that you need after your period. So I like the Honey Pot brand. They're super clean, and they have some postpartum ones that are really cooling. I also have period underwear that I like that are great for postpartum recovery as well. A large cooking pot, olive oil. She puts Motrin or pain reliever here. I don't use any of that. I use essential oils. So I don't worry about the afterbirth cramps, because I just use geranium and a blend called Gentle Baby. Works like magic. And a dark chocolate bar, which helps actually deliver the placenta. And then my midwife is really funny. She goes, leftovers will be eaten by your midwife. So food and drink items. These are obviously things that if you're having a home birth, you want to have these on hand. And this is what I love about also home births. Hospitals, they don't allow you to eat or drink during labor because, well, they want to prep you for surgery, right? And you can't have any sorts of liquids or foods in your stomach if you are going to go in for a surgery at a hospital, which is very frustrating. But at home, I can eat and drink as I need to. And so things to have on hand that are encouraged for a home birth are electrolytes, coconut waters, herbal teas, things like that. I like to make myself a labor aid, which includes like coconut water, my electrolytes, Ningxia Red, water, some vitamin C, stuff like that. So that's usually what I incorporate into my labor aid. And if you want that recipe, I'll link down below a video for that. Then some light foods, so things that you can eat easily when you're in labor. So things like small fruits like grapes or strawberries, anything like that that have a little bit of sugar in them, but that are easy to eat during labor to keep your energy up. And then for after birth, it's really important to eat a really high protein meal after I deliver. And so the midwife always encourages to have eggs, bacon, and things like that on hand, which we already have, you know, because that's what we eat all the time. And so those will always be in our kitchen. And so that's like something that's eaten right after birth, high protein, to get that energy back up after giving birth. Then she has a list for newborn baby clothes, obviously, diapers, things like that, right? Just the normal stuff. Don't need anything fancy. And then she puts on the stuff if you want to have it list, which we have a photographer who comes and takes birth photos, which is always beautiful. Some of the most beautiful photos I have of my daughter's birth are from a friend of mine who is a photographer, and she captures, I don't know, you know, like I didn't even realize she was in the room, and some of the moments she captured were just beautiful. I didn't even realize she was there. So, you know, birth photographer, if you have a home birth or any birth, like get yourself a birth photographer. We like to have music, so that's something my midwife puts on her list. We have essential oils that are always going, and I have my ones that I love for during labor. She encourages, obviously, a meal train or frozen prepped meals for after that. And so actually the next couple weeks, I will start making some frozen snacks and meals for the deep freezer to keep on hand to make my husband's life easier with our other two kids here. And yeah, those are basically, that's it. That's literally it. And you just get everything together. You keep it like, so when I'm like ready to go into labor, you know, getting closer and closer, 38 weeks or so, I'll tend to keep that stuff here, like in the room, with the birth kit, which is right here. I'll keep all that stuff probably like in a basket. So then the midwife can just grab it all. So when I'm in labor and we call her and she comes, everything is ready for the midwife to just go at it, right? Home birth is not complicated, and it is so simple. It's so freeing. I could not, like, you know, talk it up enough. I have had just so much peace when I deliver at home and being in our space, and I'm so looking forward to having another home birth. And like, it's just so nice. Like, I don't have to worry about people coming into my space and invading my privacy, taking my baby out of my arms. Like, my midwife, you know, the baby will be born and the midwife will leave us alone for like over an hour. Like, she will just let us be, you know, the placenta will get delivered. She'll just leave us be. I'll let the baby stay attached to the placenta because it's something that I prefer. So the baby will stay attached to the placenta through the umbilical cord for about 30 minutes. And so my midwife won't even like snip the umbilical cord for a while. And then she just lets us rest. She lets baby nurse and latch and all those things. And it's not for like over an hour, you know, that she'll come in and then she'll do all the measurements and all those things. And it's just so peaceful. And then just me and baby and my kids and my hubby, you know, and whoever else I invite to the birth, which is usually just my mom and my sister who come. I've been at all my sister's births. She's also had 5 home births. My mom, my first experience ever with a home birth was actually my youngest brother. He was born at home. I was 6 years old, and I'll never forget it. I have vivid memories of that day. And yeah, home birth, like it's been something I've been exposed to since I was a child. And so if you are watching this, maybe you've had your own home birth, and I'd love to hear your experience in the comments. But maybe you are pregnant and looking to have a home birth, and you just have all these people and all these ideas, and social media is, you know, full of thoughts and opinions, and maybe your gut just is saying something for you that you want and that you desire for your delivery and your baby. I'd love to chat with you. So feel free to hit me up if you have questions about home birth and what it's like. I have yet to have a bad experience with home birth. I've had a bad experience in the hospital, but not at home. So just to put it into perspective, women have been birthing babies for thousands of years. Midwives have been delivering babies for thousands of years, and it's always been midwives. And it wasn't until modern medicine, westernized medicine, that everything changed, blah, blah, blah. So those are my opinions. And, you know, I could go on and on about those things. But anyways, today's video was purely just to go over what it takes to have a home birth, like the stuff you need in your home, which is basically just stuff you already have, plus a birth kit that you just order online that your midwife customizes, and that's it. You don't need anything else, nothing complicated. It's way less simple. I'm pretty sure people with their hospital bag videos are probably more complicated than what is required for a home birth. So even having a home birth is less complicated than what you need to pack to take to the hospital. So just keep that in mind too. Life is simple. Keep it simple. I'm all about simplicity. We live in a small home with 2 bedrooms and very limited space, and we are making do, and we're about to have kid number 4, obviously 3rd kid earthside, but still, you know, we make do and we keep life simple over here, and we're looking forward to bringing our next little peanut little girl here into the world in 4 weeks. So stay tuned, because I'm sure I will have a little birth story video after that to share with you the wonderful home birth experience of this little one. Okay guys, thank you for tuning in to today's video and what sort of preparation it takes to have a home birth. I'll catch you next time.